Okay, so when Luka got traded, the first question in my mind is why, and the second question on my mind, are they gonna retire his jersey? Look, in terms of franchise success the last 5 years, it's all been Luka. Luka, two conference finals appearances, and a finals appearance. And when we talk about the two conference finals appearances and a finals appearance, it was mostly Luka. Luka was the guy you relied on in clutch time. He was the guy with 4 seconds left you passed the ball to. And over the stretch of years, he's had a lot of iconic moments, like that buzzer beater during the Warriors, and that dagger over Rudy Gobert. And when you look at this in perspective, you look at Luka's career, and you're like, does Luka really get his jersey retired? Because look, right, there's a lot of different reasons why the Mavs let Luka go. But let's just say they didn't want to pay him. I think that's the reason why. They just got greedy owners. So if they didn't want to pay him, then clearly they weren't too fond of him, right? Because we knew they said that Luka was pretty much fat. They said that he was overweight. They said that he was 270 pounds, which is such a fucking lie. Look, what I'm saying is that the only thing stopping Luka from getting his jersey retired on the Mavs was the way the situation played out. First off, Luka didn't ask for the trade. He got traded on a team that he carried to the finals, and he missed out on a $100 million contract. If I'm Luka, I don't even know if I want my jersey retired. I mean, obviously he's done enough to get it retired, but it's like, I carry you to all these conference finals appearances, I carry you to the finals, and that's how you did me? You traded me for an injury-prone center, no diss to Anthony Davis? That's obviously gonna create blood for both sides. I don't know if the Mavs would even retire Luka's jersey. After what they did to him, do you think they even like Luka? I mean, they said he was overweight as an excuse to trade him. The greedy owners didn't want to pay him more money, and the Mavs GM said they needed defense to win. So clearly a diss to Luka. I mean, there had to be cold blood between the front office and Luka. No front office trades Luka away for just Anthony Davis, you know what I'm saying? Like, they coulda got way more in return. And the surprising part is they only targeted the Lakers, and they talked about it for 2 weeks. Like, the Mavs didn't even bother calling any other teams. They just wanted to call the Lakers, and got it done as soon as possible. And sure, you could say that the Lakers had the best return out of any team possible, which I highly doubt that shit. But I mean, there were literally front offices that were mad that the Mavs didn't announce Luka getting traded. I mean, if you're the Mavs, imagine what some of these teams could have traded for Luka. The Bucks, Giannis possibly. The Celtics, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Porzingis. The Suns, Devin Booker, KD, Bradley Beal, if you want to take on his contract. The Pelicans, Zion, like I could go on and on. But the point is, why would you only target the Lakers? I mean, there are teams that would trade 7 first-round picks and a superstar for Luka. The Mavs literally could have competed for a title while rebuilding for the future. They could have been in an amazing position. But nah, let's only talk to the Lakers. Like, that makes me think it's just rigged, man. Adam Silver made the call. He saw that the ratings were going down and had to make a crazy ass trade. But in terms of how the trades are going right now, it's going pretty bad for the Mavs. Anthony Davis got injured in his first game, and he's out for a month. I will be honest though, Max Christie is a demon. He's making more 3-pointers. He looks way more aggressive on offense. And having a free row on offense definitely helped him come out of his shell. But when AD is playing, he literally changes everything for the Mavs. He could play power forward, he could play center, he could shoot 3-pointers, he could shoot mid-ranges. He could pretty much do it all for the Mavs. So when he's playing, I'd say the Mavs are like a finals contender. I mean, you saw what they did to OKC last year. 20-point comeback in a Game 6 that helped them make the Western Conference Finals. After that, they gentlemen swept the Wolves, and they took the Boston Celtics that won the championship to 5. And sure, you could say Luka was a big part of that, but they still pretty much have the whole core except Luka. Sure, they might be a little less-handed in terms of offense, but their defense has gotten way better, so I still think they have a chance to make the finals. Now, for the Lakers. Luka on the Lakers has been interesting. I did think that NBA rushed him to come back just because of the hype, all that shit. but his fit on the Lakers has been pretty good. He's a really good playmaker. Actually, he's done that more than scoring, which I'm surprised. But we all know that Luka could get buckets too. In terms of his defense, it's still awful, ain't shit changed. But when you're the Lakers, you're not really looking to get a championship, so you don't really care. I feel like you're more worried about the fit between Luka and his teammates. First of all, him and Bron have been very good together. They both play a playmaking role, they could both score. Reminds me of Kyrie and Luka, except LeBron's a better playmaker. And all of the shooters at the floor makes it easier for Luka to pass. Now for the big man rotation is trash. Jackson Hayes isn't gonna cut it. Obviously, Mark Williams would have been a game changer for this team, but unfortunately, that trade didn't go through, so they're stuck with Jackson Hayes. Good lob threat, but he's just not meant to be a starting center, you know what I'm saying? He's a good backup center, but with him starting at center, it just proves that the Lakers are kind of stuck right now. Literally all they need is a good center, and they'll be contenders for the finals. But for the future, I love it, man. I love it. When LeBron retires, the Lakers are still gonna have that superstar that can carry them. Because before the Luka trade, it was like, after AD and Bron retire, I was like, oh shit, we're gonna get the rebuilding Lakers again. But nah, they got Luka. They don't need to really find that next superstar. They already have one. Which is why, and I know some of y'all finna call me crazy, I think the Mavs, even if they win a championship, lose the trade. Even if they win a chip, their future is fucked. AD is so injury prone, you can't really rely on him for the future. For the Lakers, all you gotta do is surround him with a good roster. That's it, just good. And you're guaranteed at least a championship. To be honest, probably more than that. Probably a couple championships. But the first step is getting a good center. So I put up some mock trades that they can do for the summer. Now for this one, I say run it back, get Mark Williams again for the exact same trade. Now this one failed because of contracts. And obviously the Lakers gotta communicate with Mark Williams to make sure he passes physical. But if they do make this trade work, again, really beneficial for the Lakers. They have a good big man now who could start in the playoffs. For the Hornets, you have nothing to lose, so why not get two good shooters and a first round pick to help the rebuild. Now the next and final trade I cooked up was Luke Cornett to the Lakers and a second round pick for Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes, and a first round pick. Now for the Celtics, Jackson Hayes is on the same caliber of Luke Cornett, so you're not losing much. And getting a good shooter in Gabe Vincent, who has black magic and showed it off against them, good pickup. And they get a first round pick. For the Lakers, Luke Cornett has been super underrated this season. His contract is super cheap, and y'all gonna call me crazy. I think he's a playoff worthy starter on offense and defense. Obviously he has his cons, but for the Lakers, they can use anybody right now. And they get a second round pick. This works out for both teams. If they do that, then the Lakers can compete faster, and that Luka trade will look even better for the Lakers day by day. But that's gonna do it for this video, y'all. As always, comment first and I'll pin your reply. Until later, I'll see y'all, man. Peace.